Hey, what is up guys, it's Camp Atlas, and today I'm bringing you a very epic gameplay on Headquarters Pro on Dome. We were in a team tactical lobby, my clan and myself. This gameplay was gotten by Fusion Legendz. He went 120 kills and 22 deaths, which is not just a very high kill gameplay, it is the highest kills that has ever been gotten in a team tactical game. So that's pretty neat right there. He had myself and I think Viro Execution running support for him. I'm not sure though, I know I was. Anyways, today I wanted to make kind of like a topic video where basically I just tell you a story, and I kind of want to talk about one of my high school teachers from a few years ago. His name was Mr. Schmidt. He was a German dude. Really cool teacher. I liked him a lot. I actually learned a lot in his class. He taught world history, but he was kind of weird. Like, it's hard to explain. It was funny. Like, every day in his class was a hoot. If you said something about like a video game, like, or anything that had to do with video games, he would just totally go off topic for 15, 20, a half hour sometimes. It was bad. But he was ridiculously easily distracted, and he was just a big nerd. It was, oh my god, it was the greatest time in his class. But anyways, probably one of my favorite stories that he ever told us. He told a lot of stories, by the way. One of my favorites was probably he told us about whenever he was working out one time at 24 Hour Fitness, and he had just finished doing some bench presses, and he stood up, and apparently because he was doing so much weight, like when he stood up he felt lightheaded and he passed out, and he fell straight on his face onto a barbell, and he had this big old gash on his forehead from where he fell on this barbell for like 2 weeks. Oh my god. I felt so bad for laughing, but it was just funny, you know what I mean? Because you just don't hear about that kind of stuff happening. Anyways, he was a really good teacher, in my opinion. A lot of people didn't like him because he gave a ton of homework, but honestly, I felt that the homework helped me learn a little bit, at least a little bit. Some people are just kind of lazy like that, and I admit I am sometimes, but like when you need to learn it, then it's just homework is part of it, you know what I mean? Anyways, he did a lot of like games and stuff in his class to learn world history. Like, I play a lot of hacky sack at school. I play soccer as well. Like, I've been playing soccer since I was 4, so that's 13. No, almost 13 years. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. I've been playing soccer for almost 13 years of my life, and I love it dearly. I love it with all my heart. And my first day at high school, a bunch of the seniors they invited me to come play hacky sack with them, and so I accepted, and I was playing with them, and I was like, hey, this is kind of fun. It's kind of like soccer, but it's a little bit more difficult because the ball is so much smaller. Anyways, so I've been playing hacky sack for my entire high school life so far, which is I'm working on my 3rd year. I'm totally loving it. I'm playing every day, morning, I'm playing during lunch, I'm playing after school. But anyways, Mr. Schmidt one day, he made this game where we were all on teams, okay? So we had like 5 teams in our class, right? And he would ask a question, and the first team to get their hand up and answer the question correctly would try to throw my hacky sack across the room into the trash can, and the farther away that they were from the trash can, the more points they would get. So, like, I was like sitting right next to the trash can, and whoever would answer a question correctly would get up and get close or far away from the trash can if they felt like it, and they'd try to make a point. And that was the way that you got points. And we did that for like 2 days straight. It was a lot of fun, honestly. And sometimes he would let us roast on each other. Like, there were some kids in our classroom, they were not of Caucasian descent, I guess you could say, in one of the nicest ways possible. Um, he would always like let these two kids roast on each other. It was the funniest thing ever, and he would just stop. He would actually say, "Hold on a minute, class," and he would sit down and he would be like, "I want to hear this." And he would sit down and just listen to these two kids in the back of the class roast on each other for like 10-15 minutes. And whenever it got out of hand, he'd be like, "Okay, guys, okay, stop, stop." And occasionally he'd let us have rap battles. So there'd just be kids like going off. I'd be beatboxing because I'm not exactly a rapper. So I would throw down a beat and other people would just start rapping. And oh my god, it was awesome. That was probably my favorite class 2 years ago, my freshman year. And I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. He made learning world history just a lot of fun, and I actually almost got commended on the STAR test. STAR tests are awful, honestly. They're a lot harder than tax tests, and if you guys don't know, because you're already out of high school, they were recently implemented because apparently the tax tests were too easy. And honestly, they are too easy, but I liked them easy, you know, because there was almost no chance of failing. But the STAR tests, how they work is, if you fail a STAR test, you go to the next grade, yes, but you can't graduate until you have all of your STAR tests passed. And how they used to have it was they would have 4 STAR tests a year, and they decided that that was way too much and way too much pressure to put on the kids, so they toned it down to 5 STAR tests for your entire high school, like all 4 years. I mean, 4 STAR tests for all 4 years, so it's like 1 a year, because like putting that much pressure on kids, it's, in my opinion, it's just unacceptable. Because I mean, they've already got enough going on with like most people trying to fit in, and it's just, I don't get it. I mean, if the people that actually make the test had to take it and their future depended on it, I think that they would change how they made the tests, honestly. But I did get commended on that test because he was such a great teacher. He was one of the, I think that he was rated the best world history teacher in the district last year. But yeah, he always had these funny voices that he would do, like whenever he was bored or whenever he was just lecturing during class, he would talk like Cartman, Eric Cartman from Family Guy, or God, it was funny. He would try to talk like Shrek sometimes, which wasn't very good, but a lot of people laughed anyways because they thought he was hilarious. Oh my god, and the most disgusting thing ever. Sometimes he would like walk in between the sets of desks and he would like fart, and he would do it as quietly as possible and like make this farting noise with his mouth to try to cover it up. And there was one time I actually heard him do it. It was so gross. Like, you have no idea. You hardly ever hear teachers fart. Like, that was the only time I've ever heard a teacher fart. Ever. And he did it like right next to me. And then I was like, wait, all those other times that the class has gotten stinky and nobody could explain why, that was him. And it led me to believe that he'd been consistently farting and blaming it on kids. God. That class kept me entertained for a long time. But yeah, so we're coming near to the end of the video. The very last entire minute was not recorded because I'm guessing it was too long for theater mode to be recorded. So it just stopped recording at just about 19 minutes, and it really stinks because you don't get to see the entire last part of the gameplay. All that I had to do was go into my vault and take a quick snapshot of it, just so that you guys could see the final score of the game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I hope to see you guys next time.